You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way. If I could kill it, I would. But I legally can't. But I've considered it. Ah! Good!
Hey, what's going on, my cringy crew? Welcome back to Nerd HQ. Today, ladies and nerds, we got a special review video for you guys today. I had to redo this one. I guess I accidentally deleted the last video I tried to cover over this, but I previously tried to do a Batman, taking Batman because I'm wearing the hat. The Zack Snyder Justice League movie review. Now, I had watched this about a week ago, so the details might be a little fuzzy for me. I'm getting everything set up right now. Okay, so I'm getting some things kind of set up and ready for some videos I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be doing several videos, several movie reviews, and some news things that are going to be coming out. But for this video, we're going to specifically talk about Zack Snyder's, not Whedon's, not Justice League, Justice League, no, that's not Arnold, but Zack Snyder's Justice League. So, without further ado, ladies and nerds, we're going to discuss Zack Snyder's Justice League. So, my thoughts on it is very good. Really detailed from beginning to end with all the characters. Comparing it to the Whedon cut and Zack Snyder's cut, Snyder's was it had detail with every character. 10 times more detail with every character. Just in case if in the Whedon cut didn't have as much backstory or things to learn about these characters, Snyder's cut delivered more of more emotion, I guess you could say, especially for Cyborg's character. He was not lying when he did say that Ray Fisher's Cyborg is the heart of this movie. Now, on top of everything else that's different with this movie, with Snyder's cut, there is no CGI mustache, nothing like that. They completely removed it. There's actually a lot less. That's one thing that I will say about Whedon's cut versus Snyder's cut is Whedon's had I feel like it had a lot more Superman in it. I probably should have rewatched Whedon's before doing this, but after watching Zack Snyder's cut, you kind of don't ever want to watch that one again. Just for the simple fact that it was just that much better. Yeah, is it darker? Yes. Is it more serious in tone? Of course. But I mean, this one has a lot at stake. There's more serious situations that are going on. I mean, this is the biggest threat that these heroes have faced, which is why they have to come together and pretty much fight as a team, united. Which is a big thing, a big theme in this movie is them coming together and being united, because they can't do it on their own. Maybe Superman, but as a team they couldn't do it alone. So the thing is it had so much more story, not only for Cyborg, but it had more scenes with the Flash, more scenes with Bruce or Batman, better scenes actually. For example, one of my favorite scenes that I hated that got cut out of the Whedon cut is in the trailers you would see Batman when they were going to meet Gordon, you would see him on the gargoyle on the building, just looking down, which is a sick scene. But just to add more effect to like that it was Jim looking up at him, they tried to make the image blurry in the Whedon cut because Gordon was wearing glasses, and I guess his glasses were fogged up or something because of the rain. Stupid. At least in the Snyder cut, they didn't blur it out so you could see all of it in its glory. Like all the things that were wrong in the Whedon cut, Zack corrected. All the things that we wanted more of it from the Justice League movie, Zack put it in his movie. So all in all, I mean, you got more of, like I said, you got more of Flash, more of Bruce and Batman. You got more of Cyborg. You got more of Aquaman. And there's some people that wasn't even in the Whedon cut that got put into the Snyder cut, like William Dafoe. William Dafoe's character in Aquaman, he actually had a part to play in the Snyder cut. There was more Joe Magalino's, I hope I'm saying that right. There was more of his Deathstroke, which was mainly at the very end in the nightmare sequence, which I'll get to that at the end of this. What I should probably do is when I do these review videos, I need to make a list on notebook paper and just go down the list. Because my thoughts are everywhere right now with this movie, because there was so much of it for 4 hours. It really didn't feel like a 4-hour movie, to be honest. It felt just like a simultaneous movie. I never got tired of watching it. I never felt like I had to take a break or a breather. Like I wanted more. The thing about this movie is it keeps you wanting more. And for all the people that are out there that are just like, hey, like, why make a 4-hour movie instead of just putting it into like multiple parts, like a TV series? Well, folks, the thing is a lot of people that say that don't realize that when for example, like Netflix shows, like Stranger Things, when they put out their whole season, they pretty much watch through the whole season. They binge watch it in a whole day. So there's some people that are out there that don't mind sitting through a 4-hour movie. So it don't really make too much sense to break it out in different parts. But I see what they're going for by putting it in 6 different parts. I guess it just made it easier to just like differentiate what was going on in each part of the story, which was fine. That wasn't a big deal. But all in all, I enjoyed pretty much everything about this movie. Let's see, they had more of Amber Heard's Mara, which that's a completely different discussion. I'll go ahead and put it out there. I don't. After all the drama with her and Johnny Depp, I'm more of a Depp supporter. I would rather have her recasted with Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones, like a lot of people are saying. I wouldn't mind if they recast her. That's one recast that I would actually hope for. Let's see. On another topic, who else got added? I mean, Jared Leto's Joker, of course, got added at the very end with more Deathstroke. Trying to think of any other characters they got. Martian Manhunter. That was a big reveal. That was like one of the biggest reveals in the whole I don't know, movie series. You know, out of the whole six part movie series, the Martian Manhunter thing was supposedly the big reveal, which was really cool. Kind of unnecessary, especially if they're not going to continue with the Zack Snyder cut. But I'm gonna leave you hanging with my thoughts on that, because I'm gonna be doing a separate video after this, discussing the Restoring the Snyderverse. So if you guys are looking forward to seeing that, or want to go, or want to see that discussion, stay tuned for my next videos. I'll be doing some talk on the Restoring the Snyderverse. So yeah, Martian Manhunter got revealed. It was Swarnick, yeah, something. He was the Black Soldier guy that from all the other, like, Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. Captain Swarnick or something like that. Something is, you know, you get here he is. Anyways, let's see, the Black Suit Superman, fantastic. That's it. That's the way it should have been in the first place, was a black suit. If they were going comic accurate, like how Zach was kind of wanting to do, because Zach was wanting to do a black suit in the first place, but Warner Brothers wanted to say that, you know, it was too dark and serious, or had too dark of a tone for the movie, whatever. Warner Brothers needs to read their copyrighted material. If they're going to have rights to these characters, they need to understand the material that they're coming from. It don't make no sense for them to say that if it's from the actual material, you know. Warner Brothers is just that whole Warner Brothers discussion is a whole video on itself. I don't agree with mostly anything that Warner Brothers does with the DC universe. They're so everywhere with the property. It's like they don't care. They kind of just, right at this point, they're just like, you know, oh, we're not a cinematic universe, we're a multiverse now, because we can make multiple different universe movies, and, you know, if we want to connect them, we can in any time we want. You know, they're just trying to fix their mess up, because they feel like they've already messed up with Zack Snyder and all that, whatever. If they would just let Zack take complete director control of his stuff, everything would have been fine. People would have just had to suck it up. If, you know, if there were some people that didn't like Batman v Superman, I get it. It's not for everyone. The Marvel movies aren't for everyone either. There's people that complain about Iron Man 2 or Thor 2. Like, there's people that complain about Marvel movies as well. Not every superhero movie is going to be for everybody. So, I mean, just because there's a bad critic, you know, regardless, Batman v Superman got a lot of hell over how dark it was. But it's a superhero versus superhero movie, not villain versus superhero movie. The big climax of the movie and the big thing that were drawing people to the movie was a hero versus a hero, who would win. And you can't make a lighthearted movie out of two heroes fighting. Yeah, there has to be a little bit of like a dark plot in between that. Like, it's a whole, like I said, some of the stuff I'm discussing in the videos is a whole other video in itself. But we are here to discuss the Zack Snyder's Justice League. And with the way everything went in this one, loved it. 10 times better than the Joss Whedon cut. And there's a lot of things floating around the internet right now about Joss Whedon and how he treated Gal, aka Wonder Woman, and Ray Fisher's Cyborg, in the movie and off screen. There's a lot of accusations that Joss was being racist on set. There was a lot of accusations saying that he was threatening Gal's career on set. And there was a lot, maybe I've heard that there was sexual harassment, whether that's true or not. But if you have any speculations or assumptions about that stuff, all you have to do is go watch the Joss Whedon cut, because that movie in itself, it speaks for itself for under Joss Whedon, because comparing Joss's cut to Snyder's, Joss's Justice League, Whedon's cut, had a lot more of Gal Gadot's butt features, a lot of booty shots, if you will, and so there's the sexual harassment hints, possibly, maybe. Then there was less Ray Fisher, a lot less. Like, the Ray Fisher had the most taken out of all of them, out of Aquaman, Flash, Superman, Batman, out of all the Justice League members in the movie. Ray Fisher Cyborg had the least amount of character development between the two movies, between Zack Snyder's and the Whedon cut. The biggest difference was Cyborg's story, and whether or not that was because of race issues, whether Whedon was actually really racist towards the Ray Fisher Cyborg, I mean, that's to be determined. But from the way it looks, it don't look too good on him. Now, another big change was Steppenwolf. There's a lot of complaints in the Whedon cut that Steppenwolf looked like he could get beat up by anyone's 5-year-old cousin, and it just, man, it wasn't awful. Like, it was acceptable, but he didn't have that real intimidating factor like a Thanos character. I mean, coming like out of like Marvel and going to DC, right about the time when Justice League was doing all this stuff, by the time that DC was getting all this Justice League stuff going, and they were when they were letting people see what the first, images or screenshots, if you will, of Steppenwolf. At that time, we were, over at Marvel watching people like Loki, Thanos, like seeing all these iconic villains in Marvel, and then you come over to DC and you see Whedon's Steppenwolf. I mean, yeah, that's kind of a big letdown. So, I can see where fans were coming from, where they were disliking that version of Steppenwolf. Now, you come over to Zack Snyder's Justice League, he looks 10 times more intimidating. Someone that you don't want to pick a fight with. So Zack Snyder did a very good job on giving us a worthy villain to go up against the Justice League. Now, is he like a Thanos tier villain? No, but that was supposed to be leading up to that level, with Darkseid. Darkseid was supposed to be the Thanos tier level of villain, leading up to like Justice League 2 or 3. My fiance's ruining my video because he's peeping in on me, making weird faces.
Sorry, I have a question.
What?
I need to run to Mark Tree so I can get our groceries and stuff with the money Ron gave us.
Okay.
Is it in the car in your wallet?
My wallet.
Okay, just making sure.
You're just wanting to leave the house, aren't you?
No, I gotta go to him anyway.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's where
okay.
I was gonna use more soup and stuff.
Okay, well, be careful. Make sure you get, like, corn and green beans and stuff like that. Stuff that we actually need.
You can always say
I am.
love you.
Love you.
I thought that you're gonna edit it out. Love you.
Love you.
Don't put that part in there, ratchet.
Anyways, so, back to what I was saying. The thing is with, Steppenwolf, he wasn't gonna be that. Okay, back to what I was saying. Steppenwolf wasn't going to be that Thanos tier level villain yet. That was just a taste, like a little tease of what was yet to come with the Zack Snyder verse. that's why we were in the Snyder Cut. We left hints of people like Darkseid, which clearly is a Thanos level, like tier level villain, like bad guy. I mean, just judging by the nightmare sequence, like it looks 10 times worse than the blip. Okay, Thanos was just going to snap and half the universe was, whatever, but the other half was going to prosper. That was his thing. But Darkseid's thing is literally just, I mean, if you've seen the nightmare sequence, it looks awful. You could probably say he's worse than Thanos, which is a lot to say compared to DC and Marvel. If Warner Brothers would get their heads out of their butts and just let Zack Snyder do whatever the heck he wants, we would have something like DC would have a leg to stand on to compete against Marvel, or at least just be at that same level with them. But they just won't let it be, man. But I do have a video coming up that will explain the chances of the Zack Snyder's the Snyderverse being restored and prospering. Now, all in all, the movie was good. I would probably say my favorite part, because at first one of my favorite characters in Justice League is Flash, because his powers are just really cool. I mean, of course, I'm more of a Batman guy, my favorite character will always be Batman, but I always really like the Flash too, especially for his powers. Now, in the Whedon cut, the Flash was a joke. Even his running was awful. Even in the Zack Snyder's cut, I mean, his running is still kind of It's not as bad, but it's not as noticeably goofy. Now, at first, I thought in the Snyder cut that the Flash was still kind of It wasn't as obnoxious and, annoying. But at the end, this is a spoiler talk, so for you guys that don't know, I mean, there's going to be spoilers in this. It's in the title. But at the very end, it makes Ezra Miller's Flash look like 10 times better. Like, you actually go into, it actually shows him going into the Speed Force and literally saving the day. Like, honestly, if it wasn't for Flash, everyone would be dead.
Just gotta go faster than the speed of light, far beyond the speed of light. Gotta break the rule barrier, and you gotta do it now.
And honestly, the thing about it is, with this movie, it actually gives everybody a role to play. Like, if it wasn't for Cyborg, they wouldn't have been able to get the mother boxes to separate or anything like that. He wouldn't be able to, link himself in. So without Cyborg, they wouldn't be able to do it. Without Batman getting the team together, they wouldn't be able to do it. Without Superman, they wouldn't be able to do it, to have him overpower Steppenwolf, to give them time to separate the mother boxes. Everyone had a role to play. Even Batman, the one that has the least least powerful character out of the group. If it wasn't for him, I mean, if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't be able to bring the team together to really prepare for the event. So everyone had a role to play in this movie. So everyone had a job to do. So no character actually felt useless in the Snyder Cut, which, all in all, is what everyone was looking for in this movie. So what I'm going to start doing in my movie reviews, in any of my reviews that I do, as far as video games or anything like that, I'm going to start ranking them or rating them on a scale of 1 to 10. Now, in this one, judging by how the story is, the character development, comedy, all of that, I'm gonna have to give this I could give this a 8.5 out of 10. So 8.5 out of 10. It was very good. I enjoyed every minute of it. Every bit of the 4 hours was worth it. So if you guys just have some time to kill, or if you guys just need just something to binge watch, hop on to HBO Max and feel free to check out the Snyder cut for Justice League. It was a huge improvement from the Whedon cut, which if I was to do the Whedon cut right now, I would give it a, probably, judging after watching this, I would give it probably about probably 5 out of 10. I mean, I won't give it the worst because I've seen worse superhero movies, believe me. But I'd give, after watching this, after watching the Snyder cut and seeing what Whedon did to the Snyder cut, to the original project to begin with, after seeing what he did to it and what the outcome of the Whedon cut was, yes, it is a 5 out of 10 for me. Now, don't get me wrong, guys, these are just my opinions. If you guys like the Whedon cut more, or if you want to rank the Zack Snyder cut a little bit more higher, feel free to do so. It's your opinion. This one's mine. I just want to give you guys my personal opinion and my personal review on it. I'm no expert at this, but after growing up in a movie theater pretty much my whole life, and watching all these superhero movies, I've pretty much watched every single one known to man. Anything from, like, literally anything from way back from, like, the very first Captain America in, like, the 80s or, like, 90s. Like, old, to, like, Blade, to, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, all the way up into Iron Man and into the MCU. I've seen just about every superhero movie known to man, DC and Marvel. So I'd like to think that I know what I'm talking about when I rank these. Well, at least I hope I do. So if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe with bell notifications on. That way you can be an official member of the Cringy Crew. And just so you guys know, if you do subscribe, it would be such a help to this community, to helping build this community up and getting us to succeed on this channel. Because judging by the amount of people that watch my videos and that at least tune into Nerd HQ, there's a lot of you guys that aren't subscribed. There's about, if I'm correct on this, from the image I'm putting here, it seems to be about at least 84% or a little above 80% of you guys that watch my videos aren't subscribed. And for that 14% of you guys that are subscribed, thank you guys so much, and thank you so much for being part of the Cringy Crew. Now make sure you guys stay tuned for more videos. I will be bringing out way more videos later on. There's going to be a lot of editing to do because I got a lot of stuff to talk about. We'll be doing a video talking about restoring the Snyderverse. I'm only doing a review video on Godzilla versus Kong. Godzilla versus Kong. What else is there? I'm uploading a thing on Mortal Kombat. Some news on that. Heck, I just watched The Shining for the first time, so I might upload that. I might finish Doctor Sleep either later tonight or tomorrow. That way I can review that. So movie reviews are going to start being a thing on this channel, ladies and nerds. So make sure you guys are ready for those. I'm going to be very busy with editing, so hope you guys are ready. Oh, and I'm going to be talking about the chances of a Spider-Man 4 for Tobey Maguire and Sam Raimi going to be coming out. We're going to be talking about that soon in a later video. So make sure you guys are are staying up to date with that, and staying up to date with stuff on my channel. That way you're going to get the latest amount of news on anything that's going to be coming out soon, or the chances of other things coming out in the future. So, but thank you guys so much for watching and coming by the Nerd HQ, and for being a part of the Cringy crew. I'm Cringy Gingy. Peace out, YouTube.